Hello there, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Gary and today is the unboxing day for our first kit of the week, the OV-10A Bronco from ICM in 1/48 scale. Now if you like the video, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, you can do that through the small logo there in the bottom right corner. If you'd like to support future productions, you can do that through links to Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee, both of which you'll find in the information box below. Now, if you're thinking of buying one of these ICM Broncos, this is the program for you. If you've already got one or there's one on the way, you just want to know how to put it together, then you need the companion video. Or of course, you can watch the both of them with special bonus historical details which we release on Thursdays. Now if you enjoy the video, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can do that through the small logo there in the bottom right corner. If you'd like to support future productions, you can do that through Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both of those are in the information box below. So let's get on now and have a look at the ICM 1/48 scale OV-10 Bronco. This is the first of the OV-10 kits made by ICM and comes from a new tooling released in 2021. In that same year, ICM released a kit of the OV-10D Plus, the last of the Bronco line. In 2022, ICM will release a boxing of an OV-10 as it appeared during Operation Desert Storm in Iraq in 1991, and later in the year an aircraft in US Navy colours. The OV-10 is also available as a diorama set with the ICM Bell AH-1 Cobra helicopter and assorted pilots and ground crew, and in a separate diorama with a Cessna 02. Right away, as usual with ICM, you're struck by the box art, really dynamic and indicative of the Bronco's role. The lid lifts off, the box inside has a hinged lid as well. Inside the box are two plastic bags containing all the parts for the kit. Then there are two sheets of decals, one for the aircraft and one for the ordnance. Then there is the instruction leaflet. Looking at the parts first, there are two bags. I'm assuming one has the parts common to all the versions and the other has the variations specific to this kit of the OV-10A. There are 242 parts in total in this kit. Now not all of them will be used, as there are options within the armament loads, for example. There are 11 sprues in total, 10 with grey plastic and 1 with transparent parts. Overall the plastic feels good, if you know what I mean, has no obvious flash at all, no underfilling, and the flow lines that are there on the larger parts don't seem to have affected the surface at all. I'm also glad to say that the parts are numbered on the sprue as well. Look more closely and you can see a lot of attention has been paid here. See the rivets, for example. Most of them are left proud, but some are flush or even slightly recessed, and all of these have been modelled in painstaking detail. Having had a look at a lot of photos of OV-10s recently, it looks as if they've got the rivet layouts just right. The instrument panels are well moulded and come with appropriate decals. There are two options for the rear seat, as the USAF plane had a slightly different layout of instruments. The cockpit area is well produced and the seats look okay. The downside here is that there are no seat harnesses, so you either have to go aftermarket or make your own if you want them. With the armament, there are details such as the initiator leads to all the rockets in this pod, and the Mark 81 and Mark 82 bombs come with options for freefall or snake eye retarded bombs, and with conventional or airburst daisy cutter fuses. Perhaps the vortex generators on the tail are a little thick and proud, but it's not exactly obtrusive. Panel lines generally are very reasonable, not too deep as to look too artificial, but enough to pick up some weathering and detailing later. It is odd that ICM has supplied the slotted flaps in sections, but you don't have an option for the flaps to be deployed, which would look really good. But generally, the detail is good. Thought has gone into things like these small handles on the canopy, even though you don't have the option of having the canopy open. The parts look well moulded, crisp and precise, and free of any production problems. Let's hope they go together as well as they look. On to the decals now, and these cover 5 schemes in the kit, although 2 of the schemes are actually the same aircraft at different times. One sheet has all the aircraft decals, including stencils and unit markings. A second sheet gives decals for all the ordnance options, so this could be a really useful thing to keep for spares, as you will not be using all the rockets and bombs supplied. Generally speaking, the colours look rich and accurate, the registration looks spot on, and there's minimal support material outside the print area. Maybe they don't have that final little bit of absolute crispness you see with some modern printing, but do you know what, I'm splitting hairs here. These are very good decals. And finally, the instruction booklet. This is a 28-page affair with the outer 8 pages in full colour, and the inside in black and white with red spot colour. All of the drawing looks sharp and clear, with directions easy to follow. On the front page is a brief history of the aircraft and a useful list of paints needed. Well, useful if you use ICM's own paints. The other references are scant, so I'd normally research the colours elsewhere. However, the instructions do say that the main colour is this camouflage green, which they cross-reference to Tamiya XF81, which in turn is the later version of RAF Dark Green, the one that was normally used with Ocean Grey, and I've got that already. The grey undersides I'm going to use Sky Grey, and interiors will be Dark Gull Grey. Back in the leaflet there's 3 pages showing the layouts of all the parts of the sprues, usefully also numbered correctly, and after that are the actual build instructions. Now, everything seems logical and well thought out. There are lots of options for weapons. These depend on the marking scheme you're going for, and this table gives you all the information you could need. I'm going for option 5, essentially the same as option 4 for these purposes, so I'll have a pair of LAU-68 rocket packs and a brace of Mark 81 bombs, which I'll do with Nee's Snake Eye Davy Cutter version. Although ICM themselves don't provide masks for the canopy, they do provide these templates and a placement diagram in the instructions. Then on to the scheme options. The first is from Navy Squadron VAL-4 in 1971. Note the red propeller blades. Then one from Marine Squadron VMO-6 in the more familiar green camouflage. Next is a USAF aircraft of 20th Tactical Support Squadron in 1972. And finally, 2 options for the same machine from Marine Squadron VMO-2 as it appeared in Da Nang in 1969, and then the one I'm doing, which is as it appeared in 1970. There we go then, that's what we get in the box. Makes your modelling mouth water, doesn't it? Now do look out for the companion build video on the channel, or you can indeed watch the combo box opening and build with bonus historical content as well. If you like what we're doing, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. You can do that by clicking in the bottom right hand corner on the logo there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.